What is good? Welcome back to Top Two. It's obviously your boy Coop
Boy,
McAllister.
Johnny in the house. I
Yeah,
thought you were gonna.
McAllister.
I thought the pause was you wanting me to introduce myself, but sorry,
I
sorry.
was I was about to say Johnny with an H, but then I realized you don't have an H.
Yeah, I'm special, dude. Special.
Yeah,
Two
oh,
ends. That's it. That's it.
I know that. Uh, so today's episode, we're going to be doing what is this? Part one, ranking top 40 QBs in the league.
Yeah,
Top
but starting
40.
out with the eight backups, top eight backups that
Yeah,
yeah, the mosh pit they got going on right now in the NFL of I wouldn't say talent, but there's some talent,
it's not too many good ones out there. So
some better
eight
than
is a
others.
reasonable number.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of them they could go 30. They can not go 32. They can go 16, 17 now
A lot of
games.
bridge guys, in my opinion. Well, I have some rookies in there. I wouldn't say all bridge guys. We got some potential. We got some potential cooking.
Right. So
You want to start off?
I'm going straight to you for eight.
Huh? You want me to start?
Yeah.
All right. I have Marcus Mariota. All right. So when he did play for the Titans, he came out. He was obviously what did he get drafted in 2014? I don't really know his stats that year, but in 2015 he was 19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, with almost 3,000 yards in 12 games. So he led them to a 9-7 record. I know they had DeMarco Murray that year. I'm pretty sure that was the year he was taken off. But their receivers were Rashad Matthews and Eric Decker. They did have Delaney Walker. That's pretty good numbers for 2015 was his rookie year, or what year did him and Jameis get drafted? 2015 or was it 2014?
2015, I believe.
Yeah, either one. He was a he did pretty good for being what a first second year player. Then in 2016 he came out and threw for 26-9 with 3,400 yards in 15 games, with his receivers being Rashad Matthews and Eric Decker. And that year the rushing game was abysmal, and his Titans really haven't been known for having the best defense outside. Well, yeah, not really. Even this year, they're not really considered to be high up there. But he was working with what he had. And he was doing pretty well. He had let's see, he had about 5 rushing touchdowns to go on top of that each year. So, friggin' 2016, he had 31 touchdowns and 10 turnovers. That's pretty good.
Okay.
So yeah, he obviously fell off after that, but you never know. He still has that potential.
For me, Mariota did not make my list, but what I've seen from him in Tennessee and then his 1 year in Oakland,
Yeah, in one game, he played. I watched it against the Dolphins. He did all right. He did
yeah,
all right. Average. We have a very good defense though, so it was a primetime game. Threw him out there. I think that was his first start of the year, only start of the year. So threw him
yeah.
out there for the Wolves primetime. So that's a tough spot to be in.
My number eight, we're going straight to the rookies. Mac Jones.
Wow, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's favorable. He's and
What's your con?
I don't really like Mac Jones being a quarterback for the Patriots just because not everybody, but one particular person I know thinks he's the next Brady. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
see
that's
it at
that's
all.
overwhelming. Yeah,
Yeah, I
for
don't see
sure.
it at all. His stats, his sophomore year, this was the year Tua went down after I don't know what game, but 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Uh, completion percentage at 68%, not bad. But his next years were the year that really he took off. He had
Uh-huh.
41 touchdowns, 4 picks. 12 yards an attempt, 4,500 yards, 77% completion percentage. It was a good year, but he was surrounded by first round talent. So
Uh-huh. One,
that's
yeah. Keep going.
that's what gets me because he's not as good as everybody thinks he is. Because personally, I think Kyle Trask was better than him.
Kyle
I'm
Trask
not trying.
was working with a lot himself though, outside of the offensive line, which I'm
He
kind of
was,
ignorant on. I know Tony and he had weapons for sure. So
but I
like I
think
know the argument in Alabama is you're on a loaded team, so you're set up for success, you know. But Kyle Trask was in a pretty good situation himself. Definitely led the helm pretty good though. I'll admit, especially one playoff game I watched. There was a lot of Pitts bailing him out though, you know, in my opinion. But you can
wasn't
say the same
this
for Mac Jones though. Yeah.
wasn't a Pitts bailout. It was just Pitts is open, so he's
Mm,
open majority of the
I
time,
guess
especially at
you're
that
right because a
level.
lot of people say the same thing about freaking Tua and Jaceki, but Jaceki, if he has a freaking inch of separation, bro, that's good enough for him.
Mm-hmm.
Volleyball player.
But what makes
I,
it different? Go ahead.
I was gonna say off topic. You go, but you go. I'm out here talking about Mike Jaceki.
Well, I mean, I think the difference between Trask his last year and Jones his last year, Jones had Najee Harris and a great, probably the best O line in college football.
uh,
We didn't really have a good running game, and that's where
true.
I think
Yeah,
Kyle
that's what
Trask is
got you
better
there.
because without a running game, he
One
still can
dimensional
perform.
offense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not there's play action isn't as effective. Bootlegs aren't as effective.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a lot of, especially when you got was Kyle Trask more of a pocket guy?
For sure.
Yeah, so well, that won't really you catch sneaky play action passes with guys like that aren't mobile. Nowadays
Mm-hmm.
it's like when you got a mobile quarterback that's like with Tua, that's all we ran last year was bootlegs. But we'll get into that on another video because
Yeah.
we won't even make it there today. But let me get to here my number 7 backup is Jordan Love.
Mm.
Was that a name you even did you even think of Marcus Mariota or Jordan Love, or was that just
If we
like
did a
me?
top 10, Mariota would be 10.
Oh, okay, got you. All right, so Jordan Love wasn't even in the question for you.
Jordan Love is
Just
on
one.
my list.
Oh,
Let
for
me
real? Oh,
do that.
sweet. Okay. Yeah. So I put untapped potential, learning from one of the best ever to do it. So in college, he had obviously not a good supporting cast. In 2018, he looked like a man amongst boys. He was with you got to look at it. It's like a two-sided coin because he didn't have really the best players on the team, but he wasn't really playing against the
Mm-hmm.
best, obviously, competition at Utah State. But he fell off the next year, but he lost what 2, 3 starters at the offensive line because most of his what he was working with in 2018 was seniors. So I think he lost his top receiver, 3 offensive linemen. He had to get new what is it called and make a new rhythm with all these goddamn new players, and it's just not a situation set up for success, especially when the schedule gotten harder for them too, obviously, because he shot them up in the rankings a little bit. What he doing? I didn't put his numbers down, but he threw something for what was it? 36 touchdowns and like 3 interceptions or something. 2018, but in 2019 he threw for 20 and 17. Obviously, that's not very good, but when he's learning behind Aaron Rodgers, you can clean up a lot of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. My number 7, Trey Lance.
I
I don't think he's going to be a starter week 1, so that's why I have him as backup. But I mean, Trey Lance, freshman year of college, didn't play much. Sophomore year and senior years, where actually no, it's more sophomore year because what I'm looking at, he played 1 game in 2020. I don't know how true that is. Doesn't seem true in my eyes, but
yeah, they had one game. It was like it's kind of like a spring game almost. Like
really,
yeah, he was a little rusty. He was a little rusty in
okay,
that game, but
that
yeah.
makes sense. But
Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of
sophomore,
chemistry there when you're playing one game. Probably didn't practice much either. So
Yeah, sophomore year played 16 games. Crazy stat.
Perfect
28
season.
touchdowns, no interceptions, 2,786 yards that year. 66. Actually, no, we're going to round it up 67 and 66.9. So 67% completion percentage.
Did you
Just not
miss?
a what happened?
Look at his rushing stats.
Rushing. I don't have that.
What's it
What's
out
his
real
rushing
quick.
stats?
Okay, here I put it down. All right, so that
Oh, I
the
got
year
it.
he
I
went.
got it. I don't
Yeah.
need to. Uh, oh my goodness. Yes, I
I
see
know.
exactly what you're talking about.
Crazy.
14
Crazy.
rushing touchdowns, 1,100 rushing yards. He averaged 6.5 yards a carry.
He's gonna be a menace.
That,
Like
oh my
that's
gosh.
I see why they took him at 3. That's like
Yeah,
unless he has some
that's the
fumbling
deciding
problem, I
factor.
didn't. Yeah, unless he has some fumbling problem, I didn't look into or something. Like I just looked at those numbers and just that's like Lamar
Gee.
Jackson freaking would obviously he has a better arm than Lamar Jackson. Not gonna underplay Lamar Jackson, but
Hmm.
he's what are you saying? Lamar got a better arm?
I think we may
Lamar
have a
has more
more,
talent. Lamar has more talent.
I mean, I would
Lamar is
say
more of a
more
playmaker.
NFL.
Let's just see if Trey Lance can put it all together because Lamar Jackson put it all together better than
That is very true.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He has the tools to do it. Let's just say that.
Very true.
It's not written on the wall yet.
But I think for Trey Lance, if you throw him out there and say Jimmy G gets hurt or Jimmy G doesn't perform well in one game, he starts, depending on the matchup, you can probably win this game. But
I know it's like one thing like almost like you have a team prepping for Jimmy G and you're just like screw it, let's freaking throw Trey Lance in there last second and completely just screw over the defense, especially when you got like team maybe you're playing the number 1 or 2 or 3 defense or some team that's on a friggin' hot roll. You really throw them off of that.
for me, I want to see how that offense changes. How
Yeah,
much does it change? Because
you got a lot of speed.
going from play action passing to a guy who can run as well as he does, I hope it's not the Ravens type of offense, but I hope it's better than that.
I, it's gonna be tough. I want to say like almost like the Cardinals offense, but not quite because obviously they have George Kittle. So
Right.
not like a 5 wide, but they're going to be pretty freaking vertical in my opinion. Like if, I don't want to say that because Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't have the best deep ball. Trey Lance does though. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll see. It's interesting, dude. It's interesting. You're paying all that guy money, dude, and it's like you gotta weigh out the cost sometimes. Well, you're also paying Trey Lance big bucks too. That's like 10 million a year, top 3 draft picks. So here, what are we at 38 now? Or you want to keep going
I'm good.
with Trey Lance? You good?
I'm good.
All right, I got Tyrod Taylor as my 38th.
Mm.
Yeah, did you even have him in mind at all? Or not?
He's definitely on my list.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Okay, so I went into this thinking that you and me were gonna have like it was gonna be like almost weird because we're gonna have no information on each other's players, but this is cool. It's cool.
Mm.
So 2015 through 2017 with the Bills offense, which I don't really know the cast off the top of my head, but Bills never really had an offense to really work with outside of when they brought Stephon Diggs and a good slot and Cole Beasley in for Josh Allen. That still isn't really well. Stephon Diggs is obviously a big upgrade, but still outside of that, he doesn't really got too much to work with. That's giving him credit. We'll save that for later. But freaking in 2015 through 2017, Tyrod Taylor went 53 and 16. That's touchdown to interception ratio with 5 rushing touchdowns each one of those years. And he had 9,000 yards with 500 rushing yards each year between. I think that's within 3 seasons. So that's right around 4,000 yards right there. So with the offensive pieces they had, it's kind of hard to put up that that 4,200 yard passing season. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of a 3-5 guy back then, and I don't think he was starting the full years. Yeah, 43 starts in those what is that? Yeah, 3 years. So he would have played. Yeah, so he missed 5 games. So got to take that into account too.
Hey, look at that. Look at
You got a 38, my dude.
Jordan Love.
Oh heck yeah! Sweet.
Yeah, I'm getting all the players who haven't touched an NFL, well, haven't touched, who haven't played an NFL game. I'm getting them out the way now. So I don't know how they're gonna look, but I
That's
mean everything
yeah.
that you said. And now he's
That's a safe
assuming,
route.
yeah, I think he's gonna be the starter. So it doesn't really
You
count
think
as a
this year,
backup.
or you think eventually?
This, I mean, we have no idea what Aaron Rodgers is doing, but assuming that he's like,
I
nah,
mean, you watched the NFC Championship game last year. You know what he's doing. You know what he's doing.
but he heard this whole offseason. It's
I mean,
crazy.
I know he is. I know I walk by the TV when my mom's watching TMZ, and you hear about him. Probably about once a week. It's kind of weird. So I don't know what he's doing with his life, but
Oh, he's living it
freaking,
to the fullest. He's going on
huh?
vacations and
No,
stuff.
yeah, he's pulling hose. He's doing all sorts of stuff, bro.
Jeez.
He's out here. He's throwing TDs, catching the STDs. Hell yeah, he's living it up.
But yeah, everything that you said about Jordan Love, nothing too overboard. I mean, maybe. Well,
I've
actually,
heard good
I
things in
have
camp
his.
too so far.
Yeah, it's camp.
Yeah, and he's playing against the twos, so well, it goes both ways. The two wide receivers. They don't really have too much depth at wide receiver. I think they lost Scantley, and I don't know what they did to really replace that department, because I know outside of Tonya and Devontae Adams, it's kind of a thin core over there. Of you, I couldn't think of the word, but I feel like if you would have slapped him in the Bucks offense, he probably would have done better. If not, the
Better
same
than
thing
who?
than your boy Brady. We'll say that for another video. Say that for another video. Save that for another video. Save that for another
Oh
video.
my gosh.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
I don't know. Just look at the numbers you
Jesus.
put up. Just look at the numbers you put up. Let's say that for another
That's
video.
college, my guy. College.
Oh, I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh. Okay. Um, maybe not. I don't know. It was
That's
just a
tough. He's
weird
real.
year
Yeah,
for
dude. Jordan.
Brady.
Hell no. Hell no.
It was a weird
Yeah.
year for Brady because he joins a new team. COVID is at its, I wouldn't say it's peak, but it's at a high. So obviously
Let me
things
take Brady's age
change.
into consideration, dude. He balled out. He balled out. Okay.
Second half of the year, yeah. He even admitted that he struggled with the playbook.
I feel like Aaron
First
Rodgers is
half.
getting in pretty good shape though. He might be on the Brady diet plan, but you never know. He could fall apart. Let's hop
Brady.
on to what we're on 37 or 33. Yeah, 37.
Yes.
I got Teddy Bridgewater, the bridge man himself.
Hey, I like this.
Yeah, in 2020, he was 250 yards shy of 4K in 15 starts. Did throw 11 picks with only 5 touchdowns, but he also had 5 rushing touchdowns. He's in a new system every year, so he has to pick up all this stuff. I mean, you can make excuses for him, but he's obviously not. He was a starter last year, but they brought in Sam Darnold and trade him for a reason. He's not gonna obviously get you very. He's like a Ryan. He's like a downgraded Ryan Fitzpatrick, if you will, without the magic.
Okay. I got him on my list, so I'm not gonna go too in depth yet. But number 5, I got the MVP.
Oh yeah, if I said 37 right there, it's because I have it 40-1. So
Oh, I got mine.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I meant
Yeah, I understand.
yeah, yeah. You got me.
But yeah,
You
I
got
got the
They can do
MVP
math.
of last year's Nickelodeon football playoff game MVP. Nickelodeon.
I decided to leave him off my list. My
Yeah.
bad. My girlfriend's blowing me up.
Hey, I got people blowing me up too. But
Yeah, did you get the notification that the Bucks won?
yeah. And then I
Yeah.
made bets and I won.
Oh,
No,
good.
I don't know. Yeah, I did win. But yeah, so he's saying that now he doesn't want to pay me, so I'll get into that later. But yeah,
That's
Mitchell Trubisky at 5.
we'll get at him, bro. We'll get at him, bro. They're my goons, bro.
Wait, he's
Mitchell
paying.
Trubisky though.
Yeah, he's paying me. But yeah, Mr. Trubisky. I think
We'll never know. What is there? 2
it's
preseason games this year?
it's
We'll
weird for me.
We'll get 4 quarters of
Well, we'll probably get like 6, 7.
unless they win like 14 games and they don't gotta try anymore.
Yeah,
That
but
could be or they're
yeah,
blowing a team out. Yeah.
but I mean, his best year is obviously 2018 Pro Bowl year, 24 touchdowns, 12 picks, 323 passing yards, 66% completion percentage. I mean, 11-3 as well that year. The guy kind of fell off a cliff after that. I don't know what happened, but he's a valuable backup. He's been a questionable starter since 2019. 2020, Jesus. But
Nickelodeon.
bro,
Bro.
I'm just, I
You
can't
got credit
escape
where
this
credit
man.
is due.
He did not deserve the MVP, but the kids voted. That's what they thought. But yeah, he had 5
The kid.
comebacks, 7 game-winning drives, 5 comebacks, 2 playoff games. I don't know why they're showing me this, but either way, I don't think Mitchell Trubisky's obviously. I don't think he starts in Buffalo, but I don't even know why they signed him. To be honest with you,
I think 5 million was because they're probably gonna Cam Newton him like $1.5 million. And I think he got 3-year 5 million or something like. Yeah, I know he got $5 million, so he probably just took the most money he could get.
I mean, yeah, at that point, but
That's not like economically smart though in the long term. Like you want a shot though to like prove that you can make money like after that. So after that's all up, what is he gonna get? $1 million deal to be a backup somewhere. He's gonna be like a Chad Henne.
his career's kind of done for unless he can bring back 2018. But even then, he was carried by a defense. But besides the point, he's a good backup. He can get the job done, kind of.
There's that they have that really fast wide receiver. I don't know if you've seen the compilation of him overthrowing them. It's probably about like 10 or 12 times.
Mooney.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really
Mooney
bad.
can be a great receiver if the ball can just go in the right place.
Really, he's like Henry Ruggs if Henry Ruggs stayed Henry Ruggs, But he's going to be like
Ruggs was, I think, a
John
second
Ross.
round. Yeah, Ruggs was a second round talent in my opinion, but it's the Raiders that drafted him. So anybody can be a first round talent. But
didn't they take him above Judy too? I'm pretty sure.
That was the first receiver selected.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Over Justin Jefferson.
Like I kind of thought the Waddle thing was crazy at first, but he's a physical wide receiver. Like the thing about Ruggs is he's gonna get popped in the mouth and oh god, but he's gonna get popped in the mouth and he's gonna lose his chin. Let's go on to freaking what are we on number?
4.
What is it for you? 4? Okay, so it's 36 for me. I got Justin Fields. So you can say the same thing about like the Alabama quarterbacks who's put in the situation to succeed, obviously with Olave and stuff like that. But I feel like they weren't really coming into the season as prepared as most teams. Did every team play like 8 games this year?
College,
yeah, was
it
it
went by conference. I know the Big Ten they did 8. SEC did like 13, I think 12.
Yeah, so it's a smaller sample size. I know he was pretty much on pace for one of the.
No, SEC did less than that, but yeah.
he's on pace for about 600, 700 yards on the ground and 10 rushing touchdowns on top of, let's see. Oh, I didn't even put it. But I think he had about 50 touchdowns in total and 4 or 5, maybe, yeah, definitely less than 10 turnovers. He was I wouldn't say conservative, but that one playoff game, what was it? Was it the last game of the season? He really turned things
Yeah.
on that game. Yeah.
But the
So
second to last, because the last game.
yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I'm not really college. I'm not really too keen into it because Hurricanes break my heart every year. They're such a tease. So
Tough.
I try to, yeah. When it comes to draft though, I'm on point with. I'll follow back on everything, but Justin Fields, obviously, my team got Tua, so I wasn't really looking too deep into that. But save that for another day. Fields, the one problem I had with him, his throwing mechanics are pretty bad. He he puts the ball like up here for some reason.
It's weird because Cam's is terrible too.
I know the one thing that's gonna lead to him getting stripped. That's gonna mess up the timing because that takes time to get the ball to here instead of freaking launching it, use it because it's all on your freaking. He uses his arm too much. That's the problem. It's when you're using form when you're throwing the ball, you're using mainly your abs, but he uses his arm a lot to try to get it in those tight spaces, which it hasn't cost him yet. Looking at his turnover numbers, but the NFL it doesn't really work out that way. So you can always clean that stuff up though. So that's why I had him that high up.
My number 4 is a guy that you mentioned to me before. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Gardner Minshew.
Yes, it is.
I have him higher.
I don't have Fields on my list just because I think he's a starter. But
yeah, you know how big of a fan I am.
Gardner Minshew,
the stats,
2019, started 12 with 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I mean, the completion percentage kind of throws it off. It was at 60%.
They have a wacky offense.
Yeah, the offense was terrible, but he still performed. He performed really well.
I think, that was Leonard Fournette's off year. This year they did have a rushing game, but I think his receiving core wasn't as plentiful as it was in past years due to COVID and stuff.
And
continue on
there. 2020, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Playing 8 games. So, I mean,
the one problem you can say with that though is he holds on to the ball too long because you can see it. That was his problem when I watched the Dolphins game on Monday night or Thursday night. That's when I noticed it because we were just killing them. They couldn't get anything started, and it was all because obviously our secondary is gonna give him work, but he was holding on to the ball way too long. You got to either give it up, freaking get out of the pocket. He has wheels too, so he had the opportunity at times, but I had him way higher. But yeah.
It's going to be kind of interesting how his future is with Jacksonville. I mean, he's a good quarterback, so eventually he's going to find a different team. But when and what's his role on that team? Is it starting? Is it being a backup? And how well can he progress? Because he can win you some ball games, but it's like in 2019, he started those 12 games, won 6-6. So, and then I mean, last year obviously he won that one game at week 1.
Yeah, the winning percentage isn't on his side, but all the other numbers they look off the charts. It's almost like Deshaun Watson. Like, how are you losing with these numbers? Everything else isn't falling in place. That's the problem. And I bet they're going to get a second or first round. I can definitely see a second or first round pick. We'll see how it pans out, especially if he goes off in the preseason. There has to be a team willing to give up at least that for him. He's with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He was putting up with 37-11 and 20 starts with 5,500 yards. And that's not even considering all of his rushing yards and stuff. And their offensive line's young. Their wide receivers, they have a pretty good rotation of wide receivers. I wouldn't say anyone. DJ Shark's their best guy. They got Keenan Cole. So it's all and Conley from Kansas City. So it's all just a bunch of, like, all right, guys, nothing like too crazy. So
Yeah.
and his offensive line's been historically very bad. And this year was young, drafted Juwan Taylor. That hasn't really panned out too well. Cam Robinson didn't really play too well last year. So, and their defense sucked, and their coach sucked. So, we'll see.
Yeah, but it's a whole new culture now. And
For real,
he's obviously not.
If you're not catching dubs, you're not getting paid.
So I can't wait to see how he plays out wherever he goes. But
no, yeah, for real. I hope he gets traded. That's too much potential to be sitting on the bench.
I wouldn't see a team give up a first.
Maybe like a future first. I wouldn't say dude. I think he's worth that. I think he is. It's his numbers.
Glad you're not a GM.
Huh?
Glad you're not a GM.
Dude, my genius might be crazy, or my crazy might be genius, bro. You never know. You'll see.
If you can get a first round pick for Gardner Minshew, then you might as well win executive.
You really think
of the
Garoppolo
year.
was worth a second at the time? Like Brissett came in and did the same thing, pretty much. I know, but it's just all like I don't know, because the Julio trade kind of just threw off my perception of everything. Like I thought for sure that was gonna be a first round pick.
Same with the Hopkins trade.
Dude, that's just a crackhead coach that was probably,
yeah,
popped
that
up
is
off
true.
some,
That
off
is
some
very
Texas
true.
freaking, speed.
Yeah, that's very true. Bill
Bill
O'Brien, I'm glad he's no longer with the
Hell,
job.
oh, dude, yeah, he's out there buried in the graveyard with Adam Gase.
No,
Save that for another day, though.
Never coming back. Yeah. Okay, for me, number 3.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, so mine's Trey Lance. So I had a little higher up. I definitely see him being better than Justin Fields, obviously being drafted higher. So much potential there. So didn't really have, obviously, coming out of the same college as Carson Wentz. So I think Montana, what college did he put? Montana State or something like that?
Trey Lance.
South Dakota State. Yeah, South Dakota State.
What?
I think.
No. Utah State.
No, that's Jordan Love.
Oh, yeah, it is North Dakota State. Jeez.
Yeah. So if you look at their top wide receiver, I didn't even bother because it's gonna be a no one. He was putting up 28 no numbers. He was pretty much putting the team on his back, like literally. Like I heard someone say Deshaun Watson was the Michael Jordan of football. I think it was his high school coach or his college coach or something before he went into the draft. Yeah. The numbers Trey Lance was putting, I don't know if the record reflects. I was kind of trying to rush this a little bit, but the numbers reflect just I don't think there's anything like this. Like 15 rushing touchdowns, 1,000 rushing yards. The thing is, the one downside is he had 3K passing yards. I don't know how many games that was in, but obviously he didn't have the receiving core probably to get him over that 4,000 hump. That probably would have I wouldn't say solidified him as a top 2 pick, because the guys above him are pretty darn good. But in any other draft but this year, he would have been top 3 pick. That's still or number 3 pick. That's still really high. But those numbers, that's almost like no brainer number 1 pick.
Yeah, I mean, besides, if it wasn't for Trevor Lawrence, I think he would be.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Zach Wilson.
I would take him over Zach Wilson.
You didn't even did you put Zach Wilson on this list? No.
He's a starter. He's a starter. He doesn't start week 1.
Oh, I don't know why I had a brain fart there. My bad, bro. But I was about to say, dude. You just got me in the rookie mindset right now. Okay. Wait, what'd you say?
Did you have him on your list?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For backups?
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah. I just got it confused because I just did it 1 through 40 and you did it 32 and split it in 8. So just a little
Big brain.
confuzzled right there with that. But yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good.
My
I should
number.
have got on the same page though beforehand. That would have worked out a little better. But
Pay attention in the briefing that I give.
bro, you know me, bro. You know me. I never pay attention, dude. What you got though? Number 3.
Yeah, my number 3, Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay.
That's why I didn't want to go too in depth, but
Okay. Yeah.
I agree with you with the Fitzpatrick comparison, but I don't because he played how many games in NOLA that year? Was it 4 or 6?
Last year?
No, the
Last
year
year?
that Drew Brees got hurt. He started like a weird number. I
don't remember. I got to look that one up. I was pretty much going based off last year because Carolina
He
offense
started 5 games, went 5-0. He had 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1,384 yards, 68% completion percent. I mean, it was a good 5-game stretch, and those 5 games were pivotal for their playoff appearance because had they won like 3-2 or something, they would not have been in the seed that they were. Maybe not even playoff team. I can't remember.
I feel like you can argue that Tom Brady's noodle, or not Tom Brady, Drew Brees' noodle arm making it to the playoffs every year, that their kind of offense was, I wouldn't say set up for easy success, but kind of set up for easy success, like easy completions and stuff. Even this year, his stats were a little inflated, in my opinion, because of Mike Davis. But if Christian McCaffrey was in there, I feel like the same yards out of the backfield would have been had. So can't really say that. And the play action would have opened up more. So that would have been more interesting. But he dumped it off to Mike Davis a lot. Mike Davis had a multiple 170 yard games, not 170, but 100 or 70 yard games.
Yeah. Eventually, when we do a video ranking the top receivers, you're gonna see why Michael Thomas is where he's at.
Oh, so I guess you have him low. I think I've heard you maybe talk about it. I don't know. Maybe that was Austin. I'm not sure. We'll see. Either know it's going to be good or bad.
His nickname is Slam Boy. That's all I can say. But
that gives it away.
Even before his time in NOLA, even talking about before or after his injury, he was a baller. Kinda. 2015, he was selected to the Pro Bowl. Only had 14 touchdowns and 9 picks that year. So
that was in the fans' hands,
Yeah, 3,231 yards that year.
What's the rushing stats that looking like?
Rushing
stats before you got hurt.
Yeah, I'm assuming that they're better.
Probably, I'd say 400 and probably 5 TDs.
In 2015, he had 3 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, not even 200 rushing yards. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how he was a Pro
That's right.
Bowler.
He's always been more in the pocket kind of guy, even though obviously the stereotype of the African American quarterback being the all running. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think he's more of a pocket guy, even though he's more slender and he's definitely tends to stay in the pocket more. Obviously, the Saints picked him up. What is he? Friggin' the Panthers. Yeah, they're a pocket-oriented team. I think after not during the Cam Newton phase, but I think they're trying to go out of that. Obviously, picking up Sam Darnold.
I think week 1, Bridgewater won't start, so that's why I have him as a backup.
Over Drew Lock, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that whole offense needs some work. The quarterback position itself needs work.
We have a problem up and coming.
You're number 2?
I put Drew Lock, so I have 2 backups on one team.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's off season, so you never know. So that's my competition. We'll just say that. Yeah, but Drew Lock is his first year, dude. He looked really. Were you talking about Teddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Drew Lock, his first year, he looked good, bro. He looked good. I don't know how good is. I know they got that offense. Tight end Noah Fant. I don't know if they drafted. Was that 2 years ago they drafted him? Was that with Drew Lock? I'm pretty sure they got drafted.
I couldn't tell you.
So on top of that, he had Cortland Sutton. Yeah, so his offense was pretty good. I wouldn't say he broke out last year, not in 2020, but 2019. But he looked like a gunslinger. He looked like a playmaker, in my opinion. But last year, they bulked up the offense, bringing in Judy, bringing in Melvin Gordon. He had Philip Lindsay. He had a double backfield. I don't obviously they didn't have Juwan James. I don't know how. I think Grant
They had
Pulls was
Jawan
hurt.
James.
No, they didn't have Juwan James last year. No, they didn't. He hasn't played in like 3 years, 2 years. Yeah, he sat out because of COVID. Freaking, they made
That's
him the
why.
top paid right tackle, and he played 3 games. Well, another great move by the Dolphins that gets overlooked. We didn't resign his ass. We were like, screw that. But yeah, Drew Lock. They brought in Judy. They brought in another running back. The offensive line was one thing you can give to him that might have held him back, but he regressed. That happened to Baker Mayfield, I think. I'm pretty sure that happened to Baker Mayfield. When his second year he didn't play as good as his first year, Baker.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you never know. He could be the coaching, which it might be. There, I don't really see Vic Fangio, I think is his name. Yeah, I don't really see him. Any old head like if you got a head coach with gray hair, dude, I feel like it's not gonna work anymore, dude. Because
Oh,
the offensive coordinator the Dolphins had, dude. I was breaking down film of Tua yesterday. We ran 5-yard slant or curl patterns 5 times in a row. 5 times in a row. 5 pass plays in a row. 5 5-yard curl routes. Like 5 wide 5-yard curl routes. 5 times in a row.
what
Like
did he
enough to
see on film for him to do that 5 times?
dude, it didn't work once. It didn't work one time. He had to force the ball into freaking just and that was Tua's worst game too. But we'll talk about that next video because I got Tua obviously as a starter. But yeah, I think freaking or Drew Lock. I got off track, dude. I was breaking down the Tua film last night, dude. I was probably up to like 5 a.m. I watch it all the time because someone uploaded every single throw, every single drop back of his. So anytime it'll happen all the time. I'll get doubt in my mind. I'll be like,
Voice crack.
I'll get doubt in my mind. I'll be like, Tua's not it, bro. I watch the film on it. It'll change my mind every time. But we'll save that for another day.
Mhm.
Who you got number 2?
For that, Drew Lock was never good at Missouri.
Uh-huh.
But besides that, number 2, my boy Tyrod Taylor. I'm
Yeah,
I hate the way his career panned out.
I know,
Honestly,
dude. Such bad luck.
I mean, you go from being back up in Baltimore to what Buffalo,
Getting stabbed in freaking Los Angeles.
and yeah, being stabbed in LA for no reason, and then having to actually no, even before LA, Cleveland. What happened? He gets hurt like an ankle sprain or something.
Dude,
Gets hurt mid game.
was he on the team when they went 0-16 or no?
No, that was
No, yeah, it was
RG3.
Deshaun Kaiser. And didn't Deshaun Kaiser go? Oh my god, dude,
No,
Deshaun Kaiser,
that
bro.
was an RG3. RG3 won on the game. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember, but
Or it's forgotten for a reason. I think only Browns fans remember that.
I mean,
Every
even
night
then,
before they go to bed.
his highlight of his career was definitely in Buffalo.
Good numbers.
He had great numbers. He was, I
Mhm.
think, an underrated starting quarterback. Everybody was just like, he's a good game manager, and he is.
A little
But
conservative. That's his only problem. But
yeah,
the Bills'
he
offense, they
hardly
didn't
threw
have the
picks.
weapons. Huh?
Okay, let's see, 47 games, he threw 20 picks.
Yeah, no, just probably held on to the ball a little too long, but he didn't have the options because I have to go back and watch the film from 2015 to 2017, which obviously that's kind of what a little going overboard because he was my 38 and I had to, obviously make 39 other players and do
Yeah,
the research on him. So looking Tyrod Taylor film from 2015 would have been a little
Yeah, I
too
feel
much
you.
in my opinion.
But
But
Tyrod he's always
mhm,
been my favorite.
but I really, from what I remember when we played them, he was a playmaker, dude. He did with what he had, he made the best out of it. Let's just say that. Which he, if you look at his number one wide receiver those years, it was probably like Kelvin Benjamin. No, wait, no, that was
Yeah, he had
he played
Kelvin
for the
Benjamin.
he played for the Panthers back then. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
2015.
dude, who
He
was their
got
wide
hurt.
receivers?
It was I think it was like John Brown at the time, and
Yeah,
they may have
no, wait,
I don't know, they had some trash guys, I can tell you
definitely
that.
Booty, dude. Like
But
probably some old, almost retired people.
yeah, I mean,
Rex Ryan was their coach. Oh
yeah,
God.
that was one of the reasons why.
Here, let's see. Back when they had the Sean McCoy and EJ Manuel. Oh my God.
EJ
Yeah.
Manuel.
They had Sammy Watkins. He had 1,000 yards. Robert Woods, Sammy Watkins. Okay.
Oh,
Percy
okay.
Harvin.
But
Maybe it wasn't
Robert
that bad.
Woods wasn't as good. Can you hear the fireworks? They just scared the mess out of
It honestly sounds like your chair is like rattling a little bit. It doesn't sound that bad. And then Chris Hogan too, and Charles Clay. They were pretty good. They were like
But
solid.
a lot of those guys weren't developed to the player that they once were, or were
No, yeah,
they?
you're right. You're right because they obviously would
They were
have been
young.
better.
Yeah,
He
but
was putting up winning numbers, dude. If you weren't making the playoffs with those numbers, there's something wrong with your team, other than him, because he was definitely setting you up success. Because for success, because I put in 2015 through 2017 sets when he played for Buffalo, 51 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, with 5 rushing touchdowns each year. So
yeah, I
he's
mean,
balling, dude. He's balling
he can come in and win you some games for sure.
for real. Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I want to hear your number one compared to mine.
Andy Dalton.
Oh,
I another team. Oh, I kind of I there's one. So the guy I watched the podcast of that I originally got this idea from. I didn't want to. I wanted to make mine different from him because obviously he knows the stuff. So I'm agree with what he says for most part. But I wanted to be like I definitely put. I try to put as much as my own spice as possible, like compared to his list. Like he was my reference point though for a lot of this. But Andy Dalton, the numbers Dak was putting up, there's no way. Like you would have to be either Dak's god or Andy Dalton's garbage, which I think that's the case because I think he was through like what 16 touchdowns, and I got to look it up, but he was. I think he pretty much threw an interception for every touchdown this year with the freaking loaded Cowboys offense. So I can't really see him coming to the Bears and doing anything, dude. I really can't. He went 14 and 8, 2,000 yards. Not like
so
I feel like he's gonna get you to the 9 and 8 or the 8 and 9, but not gonna be anything more than that. Let's just say that. That's why I have him that high. He is proven though, because he has 4 years under his belt with 25 touchdowns plus, and I think 2 or 3 years with 4,000 yards. So that's why I have him this high. So I pretty much said a bunch of negatives right there before that, but he is I would say he is arguably the king of the bridge quarterbacks.
now I told you before we recorded, my number one is going to shock you.
Tua.
No,
Here, you almost don't want to say it. You don't want to say
I don't want
You
to see your
rethinking it?
face. I know I'm not rethinking. I
Oh,
stand by it, but see your
here's my
face,
face,
man.
dude. I was gonna shave before this. I'm regretting it right now. Oh God,
Jacoby Brissett.
dude, that's one I forgot, dude.
I know that's one you didn't
Some
name, but for
hometown
him to
love,
be
dude.
my best
I didn't even,
backup,
not even on my mind, dude. Not even like a little bit.
I'm
But I did
being
mention him earlier in the video.
maybe you did,
I did
but I'm
because I
being
was
a
talking
little
about Garoppolo.
biased. Yeah, I'm being a little biased. Florida
For real.
native
Palm
Went
Beach
to
County,
University of Florida,
Dwyer,
Palm Beach County, West
right down the
Palm.
road.
All
Well,
that.
no, for me, you probably did. You ever live in Jupiter? You had to live in Jupiter at
Yeah,
one point.
of course, bro. I
Yeah,
was a walking distance from high school.
yeah. So you're walking distance from his high school too, because it's right down the road.
That's a long walk.
I know,
Man.
but still, it's probably like a 15-minute walk. Were you like close to Abacoa?
Bro, you don't remember
Oh,
those
you lived in Paseos.
exactly.
Yeah, that's like a 15-minute walk. I used to
No,
walk
that's
everywhere, so that's nothing for me. 15,
for me,
20
I'm
minutes.
a fast walker, so it wasn't 15 minutes.
Dude, if I have headphones on, I'm listening to music, anything goes by
Oh
like
my
that, bro.
gosh.
Yeah, I love it.
But
For real.
Jacoby,
Yeah,
his
super
years
awesome.
his years in Indy was like it was weird because 2017 Luck got hurt.
uh,
Filled in, played 15 games, went 4 and 11, 13 touchdowns, 7 picks. Not a good year. Yeah.
yeah, you keep going.
But 2018, Luck comes back. So here Jacoby said. 2019, Luck decides, hey, I'm done with football. Then Jacoby Brissett gets another chance. And then that chance, he goes 7 and 8, 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. In
That's pretty good.
2017, he had 3,000, almost 31,000 yards, 2 yards away.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2019, he had 29,000. No, okay, I'm saying 29,000.
Oh yeah,
2,942.
I kept on making the mistake when I was writing it down.
But this guy, what I see from him, I'm still trying not to be so biased, but
I mean, dude,
a,
I can see where you're coming from, bro. Because
he's a
their
top
wide
tier.
receiver core
Yeah.
that year he put up 18 and 6 was awful, dude. Outside of T.Y. Hilton when he had 500 yards that year, T.Y.
They
Hilton
have
kind of fell
Garrett
off.
Doyle at not Garrett Doyle, Jack Doyle at tight end.
He made the Pro Bowl that year. They had Eric Ebron had 300 yards. Just he was very he passed the ball around to or spread the ball around good, but he didn't really have. There's not really any numbers that suggest a number one favorite because his number one in receiving yards that year was Zach Pascal with 600.
Yeah, that's
And
just
right
like a
behind that,
slot guy.
yeah, and right behind that it was T.Y. Hilton with 500, and then Jack Doyle with 450. So
He's a QB that he can spread the ball around. He can win you games, but it's just consistency. I feel that's been the
they had like
biggest
2,000 rushing yards that year. So I feel like they were more of like a play action. I'd have to
Yeah.
go back and look at the film, but it was probably definitely more of a conservative, like I wouldn't say power, maybe like a power run. Definitely
They have
not
Marlon Mack.
vertical. Yeah.
That
Definitely
O
not
line was it is like that's where everyone started to realize that O line is like really really good.
oh dude, yeah, for real. Quentin Nelson. I think that he was number 6 rated overall player in the top 100 that year, and that was like his rookie year. He's oh
It's
dude.
a beast.
For real, dude. There still hasn't been a player. Well, Penne, he's definitely been the best prospect since him. And outside of that, remember the year Eric Fisher and freaking what's his face got drafted? That was the boringest draft, dude. And the Dolphins traded up right after that crap and
Oh
drafted
man.
Deion Jordan.
Didn't he get shot?
I was gonna say I hope, but I don't think I'm allowed to say that.
No. Please don't.
I don't mean it. I don't mean it. But he could return the like probably $20 million he stole from the Dolphins by providing one sack, and he can give us our draft pick back. I don't care if it was almost a decade ago, dude. That's
it's really one sack.
1.5, I think, in 3 years. It was probably an assist sack, dude. Well, the half obviously is. He had 3 sacks in 2 years. And then he came into Seattle and had a whopping 4.
You're saying whopping. That's better than his whole career.
Dude, I know, bro. He has a career of 13.5 sacks. Yeah, so.
All right.
Not even worth talking about for real, bro. Let's wrap this up. I need to get started on my notes. I was slacking. I'm lucky you cut me a break and only had us do 8 today. So I only had
yeah, that's all I feel like doing was 8.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, because I wanted to get into into the depth of everything, not just freaking read off our list because that's not very fun. I could have just took a picture and posted that somewhere, you know.
It's kind of easy. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
for real,
That's what we're trying to change. We're trying to get more.
more information, more
Yeah.
informative, not just cut dry freaking. I don't know, because I feel like even like Bleacher Report stuff, like you most of the time you just read the headline and the first couple sentences. You know what I'm saying? So if you really, I feel like it's all about saying the least but saying the most at the same time. I'm kind of trying to work on that because I ramble a lot, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Definitely, we're definitely doing good for our first couple podcasts. I will admit. I will admit. What do you think?
It's a lot. Still a learning process for me.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. And my gear, obviously, these headphones. I need a little upgrade on everything. I got a lot going on. I have a very chaotic life.
Yeah, whenever I get them, the stuff is going straight to you.
Yeah, just the fact that I find time for this, you can show it just shows how much I enjoy doing this because I wake up at 7, 8 in the morning because my puppy work pretty much 24 hours a day, get a little break.
You work a lot. You do work.
Yeah, I do work a lot. It's either playing video games or walking miles. Yeah, it's a fun job.
But I mean, yeah.
I want to do something like you're doing, bro. Changing the world, bro. Even though you don't think like that, bro. Definitely are. Little things. This is a lot. Huh? Oh yeah. It's like doing a little homework assignment, especially like. Well, I did the notes. You,
bro.
You did the notes.
This is just.
I did 11 pages on this. Oh heck yeah, dude! My binder's so crappy compared to yours.
Folder. One inside here. Dozen other folders. On the side of my desk. Dozen more folders. So I'm a busy. This takes a lot of work. It goes to show you how I want to be successful, and I'm putting myself in great position to be successful.
I have about half my binder filled from this show already. I don't know how many pages this is.
I just get
80 sheets.
Yeah, I just get the folders. I do mine on pieces of paper like this because I have a whole bunch for no reason. I don't use it, so
dude, I'm hoping this book will be worth money one day, bro.
Bro, I'm a busy person, and 24 hours is not even enough time for me.
Dude, you got to think about you remember the kids we went to school with, bro. You got to think about what we're competing with in our generation. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I think we have a little bit of an upper hand in a lot of cases. Huh?
Give me 2 years with this, I can be living off of this in 2 years, guaranteed.
The thing is though, you got to like almost join something that's already like established. Because the podcast that I watch, which is one like outside of the Pat McAfee show, which obviously is like the big thing, because it'd be hard to compete with that because he had everything to elevate him to that position. But he is entertaining.
What platform is he on?
YouTube. Yeah, definitely that highest.
Well, that's what makes the thing.
Huh?
YouTube, you can say what you want, pretty much.
No, yeah, he says whatever. He's the ex-punter from the Colts.
Yeah.
But the guy that got tested for steroids after fucking smacking Trendon Holiday, I think it was. Smacked the shit out of him. And he got arrested, pissed drunk, some DUI shit when he was playing for the Colts. Another memorable moment of his.
If you're still here recording, I mean, I'm still recording, yes. But,
yeah. Dude, you can put this on there. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm putting this on there. But putting it on there.
You're not?
I am.
All right, bet. All right, bet. For real.
We're going to talk about more than football.
We need a little character development. For real.
We're going to talk about a lot. We're going to talk about serious, man. Matter of fact, since y'all are still here, that's dedication. Y'all didn't click off yet.
The one person that's still here, probably my grandma, because she doesn't know how to turn the computer off.
Hey, don't say this.
Shout out you,
Grandma. My feelings. You hurt
I
my
didn't. I
feelings.
didn't mean that thing about Deion Jordan. I didn't mean it. I'm
But
sorry.
anyways, we're gonna get into like mental health. We're getting into life during COVID, life after COVID. We're getting them a lot more stuff.
I,
And
I I think I'm a solid guest for all that stuff. I was
I'm
built for this
trying
COVID lifestyle
and
and mental
since
health. I am a very I am a I don't even know what word to use, but definitely someone who can relate to that word that it like gets like
oh yeah, I
just
got my
doesn't brush
uncle.
off the word,
I got
or the words.
I got another guy. I don't know what's okay, it's weird. But I got a lot of people that can do stuff like that with me too. So I'm cool. But I'm looking for some basketball people.
For
I
real.
only got
You
me.
branch out a little bit.
I need to find some basketball people.
I'm
But
sick of seeing my face on your feed. It's been like 5 times in a row. Just my
yeah,
freaking
I'm
cheesy
trying to
smile.
find some other people who follow basketball like me.
And we
So
need to get some
this
more subscribers so we can change the picture so it's
that's
not my
another
cheesy
thing I'm
smile.
trying to work on. I'm trying my very hardest. I got a
We need to
TikTok
do
now.
promotion. I haven't been doing anything. I'm
Yeah,
usually pretty
you
creative when
need
it
to
comes to
start
stuff like
promoting.
that. For
Do
real.
something.
I got some not deep pockets, but I got some pockets right now. You know what I'm saying? So
But yeah, look out. Because
I
even on
definitely want some.
Instagram,
Huh?
remember that page on Instagram I was telling you about? I'm
Uh,
gonna hit them up this weekend.
for real, I
Or
want to
this
do stuff like that because like I don't want to just. I don't. I want to avoid like anything that might lead to like bots and shit. I want like supernatural. Like I want to see us like grow like naturally. You know what I'm saying? I don't
this
want.
is
Huh?
this is the start.
No, dude.
Every
20
yeah,
subscribe. Everyone starts at freaking here, bro.
this is but I mean the more subscribers we get means the more money I'm gonna start to make. More money that goes to here. And then we can get a studio. Go from a studio, we can go into a whole
You can always rent a place.
we can even own it if we really wanted to. But it's
For
not up
real.
to me all the time. It's up to subscribers and people liking the videos.
And where I'm living. Hopefully
Yeah,
staying here for a
that's a
decent
big
while.
thing too. I don't even know what I'm doing yet because
I
I got
might
like
move to the west coast of Florida eventually, but for now, I'm living off mom and dad. It's pretty nice. You know
but
how it is.
you know. But hey, thank y'all for watching.
Hey, yeah, for real. If you guys made it this far, you guys are
Hey,
real.
I know who did and who didn't, by the way. So
My
don't try to
grandma.
sit here and say I'm tired
That's
of this, man.
it. Austin, if you're here, screw you, Austin.
Facts.
You haven't been here in forever, dude. I don't even remember what you look like anymore, dude. It's a shame.
People switch up on you.
Switch up, bro. Switch up like freaking shoes, bro.
That was my brother. Now you like
For real, dude.
I don't know.
Bro, that boy's been hitting the gym though. That boy's been freaking. He's been
You
putting on that.
still can't whoop me, so it don't matter.
I know you can't call him Gibby no more though.
Still can't whoop me, so I'm gonna call him whatever I want to call him.
Actually, you never know, dude. iCarly reboot. Gibby might be freaking a little swole now. You never know. You never know.
No, that's on Paramount Plus.
You watching iCarly after this, dude?
I don't own
You
Paramount
marathoning?
Plus.
Yo, I got Paramount Plus.